So we hear him, Charitamrita Madhya 8th chapter, Ramananda Samvad. Mahaprabhu is making questions and Ramananda is giving answers. So yesterday we heard, amongst all the songs or like singing, what is the real dharma of the living entity? Then Ramananda answered, to glorify the pastimes of Radha Krishna, this is the dharma for the souls. What is the dharma for the living entities? To glorify the pastimes of Radha Krishna. So when we give example, we give the highest example. Put that behind. Put this table behind, please. That one? She's... In this context, yesterday I told you also that these nectarian pastimes of Bhagavan, if you hear these pastimes of Bhagavan, to hear the pastimes of Bhagavan is the dharma, nature for the living entities. This is called Radha Krishna Prema Keli Katha. Means the confidential pastimes, very intimate pastimes of Radha and Krishna. Of course, depending on the adhikar, the eligibility of the living entity, you hear the Harikatha according to your eligibility. Sit in front. Why are you sitting in the back? Put asana also there. So if I see that who is listening, then I can speak something. I have to see those who I'm speaking to. So Prabhupada also, he also wrote that Bhagavan, he comes from Nitya Goloka Vrindavana Dham with his associates in this material world to perform pastimes. He's showing his pastimes in this world. Bhagavan himself, what does he do? Through Yogamaya, like with the help of his Yogamaya, he manifests his lilas in this world. He's showing his pastimes here. Bring one more chair. Yesterday we discussed this. Bhagavan manifests his pastimes from the spiritual world in this world. So we spoke there three kinds of Dham. Drushyman Prakash, like whatever we can see now in the Dham, is called the Shaman Prakash. The place is there, but the lilas are not. So the pastime place of Bhagavan, they are there, isn't it? like Radha Kunda, Shama Kunda, Giriraj Govardhan also, it's there. And Prakrata Dham. Bhagavan is performing his pastimes. This is called Krishna Lila, manifested pastimes when God comes to this world. And third, Aprakrata Dham, unmanifested Dham, which is in Nitya Goloka Vrindavana Dham. His eternal pastimes are going on there. So there is the Nitya Vrindavana Dham, also Giriraj Govardhan in the spiritual world. Jamuna, Gopas, Gopis are also there. Everyone is there. So there are three Dhammas, right? So Drushyman Prakash, one. Second, Prakrata Dham, manifested Dham, and second, unmanifested Dham, Aprakrata Dham. So Bhagavan says in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Shukadeva Goswami Pad, 10th canto, he says, Bhagavan is performing his lilas as like a human being, because pastimes like a human being are very attractive. For example, Narasimha Lila and other lilas of Bhagavan full of opulence, they don't attract us so much. And also, he does not stay there for a long time. Like Narasimha Deva, he continues there for how long? And also his form is Ugra Biram, like very ferocious form. So he manifests this form of Ugraviram, very ferocious form, like very fearful form. He's very beautiful. Yes. Nishinhadeva Bhaktavatsala. So Nishinhadeva is Bhaktavatsala. He has affection for his devotees like a father. So much love and affection for Prahlada. He put Prahlada sitting on his own lap and also tapping on his back. So he has so much Vatsalya bhava for his devotees. Okay. But it doesn't attract the heart so much. The pastimes that God makes as a human being attract more. Do you understand? But still, so Krishna Lila, Narasimha Lila, Ram Lila. Narasimha Lila, Krishna Lila, and Ram Lila, that's three, they are called Parakasta. They are called Bhagavath Parakasta Lila. This Ram Lila, Narasimha Lila, and Krishna Lila. What is the meaning of this? It means also we see so much sweetness. And because in the Narasimha Avatar we see the Bhakta Parakashta. It's like this highest love that God has for his devotees. And in the Lila of Ramchandra, we see Prajavatsala Parakashta, means the highest love that Ramachandra has for his subjects. Means for his subjects, he is prepared to give up all his happiness, his own happiness. Even Ramachandra gave up his own wife. Ramachandra knows, actually Sita doesn't have any fault, but still, because he's Prajavatsala, giving happiness to his subjects, he gave up his wife. So all this is Korun Lila, like very pathetic Lila, the Lilas of Ramchandra. You like to cry and cry and cry? That's why the Lilas of Ramachandra, Korun Lila. So this Rama Lila, Krishna Lila, and Narasimha Lila, they are called prakasa. But amongst these three, Krishna is the topmost. In the book Lagu Bhagavatamrita, Srila Goswami, he describes all this. Krishna is the topmost, and Mahaprabhu himself told, Krishna is the Advaya Jnana Paratata, absolute truth, non-dual, and he manifests his sweetness in the form of Brajendra Nandana Shima Sundar, in the form of Nanda Nandana. And his topmost sweetness form he manifests in the Rasa Lila. Where? When he is with Srimati Radhika. So beautiful. Rupa Goswami Pada. In the Gandharva Sampratanashtaka, he explains, when Krishna is with Srimati Radhika, when Krishna is with her, in a beautiful form, the Rasa Lila, the forms of Radha and Krishna together at that time is unprecedented. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself said, his pastimes as a human being, his form as a human being is the topmost. So sweet. So Rama is better than Nrsimha, and the pastimes of Krishna are better than the Ramchandras, especially in the Rasa Lila. Because we see the topmost sweetness of Krishna, and he is completely like a human being. Naravat Lila. Manifesting so much rasa madhurya, sweetness. Those who are rasika, they can relish that. So Rupa Goswami in the Lalita Madhav and Vidagda Madhav, he showed this, how meeting separation, separation and meeting. The other day I told, in the book Lalita Madhava Nartakam, we see the topmost separation, highest limit of separation. And in Vidagda Madhava Nartakam, we see the meeting, about the meeting. So beautiful, very beautiful. So the best glorification is to glorify about the confidential pastimes of Radha and Krishna. So, because here the Vaidurya told, the best glorification is to glorify the confidential pastimes of Radha Krishna for the pure soul, Shuddha Jiva. What the same, but of course depends on the qualification of each jiva. Depends on the seed, the potency. Actually, in the Brihad Bhagavatamrita, Sanatana Goswami explains that God manifests his form according to the devotee. The Siddhanta is given in the Brihad Bhagavatamrita that depending on the kind of the devotee, Bhagavan will manifest his form accordingly. One example is given, just like the Vaidurya Mani is one kind of gems, like one crystal on stone. called Vaidurya Mani. This stone has 7 colors, but depending on the angle of vision you look at it, depending on which angle of vision you look at this stone, you'll see like red, yellow, blue, different kind of colors, different colors in the stone. In the same way, Bhagavan, according to the prema madhurya of the devotee, he'll manifest his. Krishna is only one, but he'll manifest his sweetness according to the devotee. You see, like the same Krishna when he's with Mother Jashoda in the form of Bala Gopal. And the same, but when he's with the gopis, gopis see him as like a Cupid, young boy, very beautiful. Srimad Bhagavatam is saying this also. There are 12 kinds of rasas, and devotees of these 12 different kinds of rasas, they were present. This sloka, Malyanam, explaining that in the arena of Kamsa, when Krishna entered in the arena of Kamsa, at that moment, seeing Krishna, different devotees from 12 different kinds of rasas, they saw Krishna and they had a different vision of him, depending on their own rasa mellows. Srimad Bhagavatam is establishing this, depending on the kind of the devotee. The gopis who are in motherly mood, they see Krishna as like a baby. Gopis see him as like Kamdev, like a Cupid. Friends of Krishna see him as friends. So this is one speciality in Krishna. So what I want to say is that when Jiva appears from Tatastha Shakti, each Jiva has a potency, and with the association of sadhu, these will manifest. So yesterday also we told the best Shreya, the best benefit and highest thing for the living entities is what? Sadhu Sanga, association of the pure devotee. This is the best thing for the living entity. When the jiva is delivered free from the anarthas, when you're free from anartha, then you'll be able to slowly have this eligibility for association of sadhu. When you are full of anarthas, you don't understand. But the more your anarthas are away from your heart and your heart is pure, then you'll feel so much happiness in associating with the sadhu. Like some person is a Ram Bhakta, so after Natanibhiti he'll feel so much happiness in associate with also another Ram Bhakta, devotee of Ram. So the best example is given here. Without associating with a Krishna Bhakta, there is no benefit, Shreya. So we see many levels of Krishna Bhaktas, devotees of Krishna. Devotees of Krishna in the Sakya Rasa, Vatsalya Rasa, Madhurya, Shingarasa. Shingarasa also many levels. 5 kinds of Sakis are there. Maybe some person wants to go to the group of Chandravali. Raise your hand if you want to go to Chandravali's group. Nobody's raising their hand. Who gave Jai to Chandravali? Some people gave Jai to her. The Gaudiya Vaishnavas, they are very expert. No one wants to go to Chandravali's group. So when it says Krishna Bhakta here, you should understand those devotees who have the ego of being the servants of Srimati Radhika. So you give up the egos of the gross body, but you establish, like, you're fixed in your transcendental moods and ego. Then slowly you can develop. Your heart will be pure. Raghunath Das Goswami also, even though he's a Nitya Siddha Parikar, he's Roti Manjari, but he's describing his moods as like a sadhaka in the Vilap Kusumanjali book. So beautiful. The bhavas is described. How to attain the service of Srimati Radhika. How? Under the guidance of Rupa Manjari. So he's expressing his moods. So to serve under the guidance of Rupa Manjari. We should only remember Krishna. Nitya smaran. That's why the only rule is to always remember Vishnu. The only prohibition is never forget to him. So this verse explains there's only one rule. Which rule? What is the only rule? Always remember Vishnu. Only one rule is there. Always remember Vishnu, and only one prohibition is there. Never forget him. Never forget him. Don't forget him. But we forget him. But actually we should remember him always, awake, asleep, every time. So you should remember his name, form, qualities, pastimes. We should remember the sweet names of Krishna. Remember his pastimes. Shukadeva Goswami says, "Hey Maharaj, always you should remember Bhagavan Sri Hari." In this context, there is one Katha. When Krishna disappeared from the Ras dance, gopis were feeling separation and suffering. Then Shukadeva told this Katha to Parikshit Maharaj, how the gopis, they were feeling separation, viraha. Gopis had given up their family, everything. Gopis had given up everything. They were completely surrendered to Krishna. So they were loyal one pointed towards Krishna. So Krishna gave up even this kind of devotees, like very high kind of devotee. Why Krishna left them? Why Krishna left these devotees who are so exalted? Second question also he asked. Krishna is Swayam Bhagavan. So he is omniscient. He knows everything. So even though Krishna is omniscient, Krishna sees somebody is upset, his heart won't melt? Because Shastra explains, if you see someone's suffering and if your heart doesn't melt, actually our life is useless. If you don't melt, your heart doesn't melt when you see someone else is suffering. Isn't it? You see someone else suffering and your heart doesn't melt? Who is like this? Advaitavadis, impersonalists. They're only discussing Gyan and Gyan. Everything is Brahma, everything is God. You are God, I am God, everybody is God, and there's nothing else, and God has no form, no qualities. Brahma has no vikar, no any transformation. Do you know what is vikar? Brahma has no transformation. Brahma is nirakar nirvishesh. He has no transformation. Actually, when your heart melts, it means also your heart had some transformation. If you see someone else suffering, and if your heart doesn't melt seeing someone else suffering, so we should understand that it's useless, like a useless birth. At least your heart should melt when you see someone else is suffering. For example, a poor person has no food, nothing to drink. If you see someone in this condition, you should feel, oh, he has no food, let me feed him something. Shastra explains. So God gave you 2 breads, 2 rotis, chapatis. One bread you feed to other person, the other one you eat yourself. One roti for the other person, one roti for you. This is para-upakar, means welfare for the others. Even in Mundane conception, worldly conception, we see. Even my Gurudeva Srila Vamana Goswami Maharaj used to say, if you don't have common sense, you can never develop Divya Gyan, transcendental knowledge. Khanda Gyan means common sense. Who has no common sense, how possible he'll develop transcendental knowledge if you don't even have common sense? So we must have at least the common sense. One person has no food to eat, and God gave us so much to eat, a lot of food. So we should feed others. Live and let live. Live and let live. This is general worldly conception of this world. But the Advaitavadis, impersonalists, they're like, no. The Karmavadis also say everybody is suffering their own karma, I have nothing to do with it. I cannot do anything, it's his own karma. Because according to the karma the person did, the person is suffering that karma. Yes. He's going to Narak, to hell, this and that. What can I do? One person is suffering from disease. What can I do? Okay, I'll help him a little bit. How? I'll take him to the doctor. I'll give some medicine. But his disease, what he's suffering, can I make him relief from his pain, what he's suffering? No. Let's analyze worldly conception. Like you give some medicine to the person. The person has no food, you give food to him. But his pain, the pain the person is suffering from the disease, you cannot do anything about it. You can't do anything about it. So when you see someone else suffering, actually only the human beings, their heart melts when they see someone else is suffering. That's why Vedas explain Manusha Bano, become a human being. Because the animals, they don't have this. Sometimes I show something in the internet. Like a monkey, the female mother monkey, she's seeing her baby monkey hungry, but she doesn't want to feed him. The mother monkey, female monkey, she will give breastfeed to milk to the baby monkey, but she will not. Like if you give 2 bananas to the mother monkey, 2 bananas, she'll eat the 2 bananas. And her baby monkey is trying to, mommy, give me the banana. But mother monkey will not give the banana to the baby. Because she has so much selfishness. But yeah, she can eat like as much as she's full, and if she leaves behind, then the other one eats. But like the animals are like this. But the human beings, this is the difference between them. I may be hungry, but I want to feed others. These human beings, they have this. This is common sense. The animals don't have this common sense. They are selfish. They are full of selfishness, thinking about their own sense gratification only. So in the spiritual realm, what is this spiritual conception? If you feel, all the jivas, they are suffering so much. Why? Because they forgot Bhagavan. Because we forgot Bhagavan. Because we did not serve to Krishna. Maya is punishing these living entities. So how can I take out this jiva, deliver this jiva from the jail of Maya? So this is the duty. BhaktiSiddhanta Prabhupada, in one article, he wrote a very beautiful thing. One person is drowning in the boat. One person. So who is the better person? One person is drowning, and another person like taking his shoes or his cloth. Okay, so I couldn't understand exactly, but the best person is the person who is trying to save the person who is drowning. Somebody who is trying to save him. This is best. Because of course, clothes and shoes, the person will get that. But like somebody is drowning and you give him like some cloth and some shoes. Okay, this is okay, but the person is drowning, so the best help is somebody who is trying to save the person who is drowning. BhaktiSiddhanta told, who is the best? That person who is delivering the jivas from this jail of Maya and sending the jivas to the abode of Lord. This is the best help. To feed others. It's okay, the first stage is of like compassion and do welfare for others is like this, okay, giving things, but actually the best welfare you can do for someone is to deliver someone from the jail of Maya and make this jiva attain the abode of God. This is the best, isn't it? This is the conception of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. But the Karmavadis, Jnanavadis people, they don't understand this conception of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Gaudiya Mata people, they are only Harinam, Hare Krishna, chanting holy names. They don't do any welfare to others. Some people criticize the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. A flood came and the Gaudiya Mata people are not going there for helping. We are giving rice, we are giving dal, giving khichdi for those who are in need. But the Gaudiya Mata people, they don't do that. And they also say, you sit down and eat. Parangur Maharaj also told about this. We are good. Those who are good people, they sit down and then they eat. Those who are animals, they eat standing up. Parangur Maharaj gave a very beautiful logic. That person who is a gentleman will eat while sitting on the floor very nicely, okay? Like sitting down at least. But the animals, they eat, they do stool, they pass stool and pass urine in the same place and standing up. Parangur Maharaj, he showed this very beautiful philosophy, philosophical words. So the best parupakar, the best welfare for others is when you deliver someone from the jail of Maya, of material world, and you send this jiva to the abode of Lord. This is the best help. Best. This is the vichar conception of the Gauriya Vaishnavas. So this is the difference between Karma Marga and Jnana Marga and the Vaishnavas. They are also doing help. They are also helping others, like Karmas, Gyanis. But this is not the best help. The example I gave. One person is drowning in the ocean. His boat is sinking. Boat is sinking. So he lost his cloth and he lost his shoes because it was taken by the water. Then you give him a new cloth or shoes, or you give him back his shoes or his cloth. So is this important in this situation? The intelligent person is not trying to save the cloth or the shoes of this person to give back to him. An intelligent person will try to save this person from drowning. This is the real help. Not only giving him his shoes, his cloth. So the niti, the moral of Shukracharya and Brihaspati are different. Yesterday I spoke about Bali Maharaj. So Shukracharya niti, like the moral of Shukracharya, he's only thinking about sense gratification. He's not a bona fide guru. That's why Bali Maharaj, he gave up this kind of guru, because he was not a real guru. That guru is not a guru. That person who cannot give us Krishna Bhakti. That guru who cannot help us enter in spiritual life. And is actually inspiring you to enjoy more and more. This is not a guru, proper guru. What is the duty of a bona fide guru, Sadguru? He wants to give his own mood in the heart of his disciple. He's making his mood appear in the heart of the disciple. I am serving Radha and Krishna, and I also want you to serve them like me. This is what is the desire of a bona fide guru. What does the bona fide guru want? Just like I am serving my Ishtadeva, worshipful deity, I also want my disciples to serve in the same way as well. So he's giving these moods to the disciples. In the heart of the disciples, he's inspiring the disciples. So Gurudev used to say, early in the morning, which stuti I'm doing in the morning? The prayers I'm making in the morning. Like expressing these moods. Like Lalitashtakam, for example, Jamunashtakam. Like as a sadhaka. They are doing these stutis, these prayers. So beautiful. Early in the morning, after waking up, take the Japamala, chant Harinam. And also, you think about many stutis, these prayers. So beautiful moods. The bona fide guru is giving this, but the not bona fide guru like Shukracharya, I'm enjoying and you should enjoy like me. Enjoy the material happiness like me. So there's a difference between these two gurus. That's why Bali Maharaj, he gave up this bogus guru, Shukracharya. Do you understand? A guru who is completely immersed in sense gratification? No. The guru should be absorbed in serving Krishna. Whatever is necessary for keeping your life, that thing you accept only. Isn't it? Okay, if you don't eat, how will you serve without eating? So whatever is necessary for you, you accept. Is the conception of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Okay, continuing.
कृष्ण नाम रूप लीला लीला प्रधान कृष्ण की लीला स्मरण आदि करें.
So, the Raganuga Bhakti path is a path of remembrance. So the main thing about Raganuga Bhakti is to remember, smaran. If you follow Vidhi Marga, aiming Raganuga Marga, slowly you enter also Raganuga Marga, Raga Marga. So if you follow Vidhi Marga, all rules and regulations, slowly you'll also enter Raganuga Bhakti, Raga Marga. If you give up the rules, Vidhi Marga, actually you cannot enter Bhagavad Bhakti without the rules. Actually create only a disturbance in the society. If you say, oh, I'm one-pointed devotee, I don't need to do anything, don't need to follow any rules. No. The rules given in the scriptures, like taking shelter of the feet of Guru and the 64 limbs of Bhakti, we must follow all these rules. Oh, I don't need to do anything. I will just sleep, drink, sleep, eat. No. You have to serve. Wake up your tendency to serve. Gurudev is giving us this, encouraging us to serve, inspiring us. Mandir ko? At that time we every day used to wash the temple, clean the temple, the brahmacharis, every day washing the temple. Do something, do some service. Seva is the param dharma, topmost virtue in nature. Whatever you do in the sadhaka stage, also you'll do in the siddha stage. It's just a matter of immature and becoming mature. So whatever you do in the sadhana stage, this will become more mature, and in the siddha stage, perfect stage, you also do the same. So if you're not serving as a sadhaka, how you think you're gonna go there and serve also? That's why in the Prema Bhakti Chandrika is explained. It's just a matter of immature and mature. So in that sadhana stage, you must wake up your tendency to serve. Krishna ke naam roop guniladi, then smaran. Deha madhya panajive kartapya kon dhyan, Radha Krishna paramur dhyana pradhan. What is the best meditation for the Jivas? To meditate in the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna. Of all kinds of meditation, the best meditation is to meditate in Radha and Krishna. First you meditate in Guru, in Mahaprabhu, then Radha Krishna also is there. Mokshamulam Guru Kripa. Dhyanamulam Guru Murti. So first of all we meditate in Guru. The source of all kinds of meditation is meditation in Guru. Source of all kinds of worship is the lotus feet of Guru. Source of all kinds of mantra is the instruction of Guru. And Mokshamulam Guru Kripa. By moksha means by the mercy of Guru we can realize our swarupa. So later you have the swarupa dhyan, meditation in your own form. This is called Atma Dhyan. In the Sanaka Samhita we see this description. What is to meditate in your own form? Gurudeva mercifully, in the Bhajana Rahasya, Gurudeva also describes this beautiful verse. The more you develop in your sadhana, then you can realize your swaroop, Atma Dhyan. Do you read Bhajana Rahasya? Many times I've read Bhajana Rahasya. In Vrindavan I stayed for 2 months. For 2 months continuously we read Bhajana Rahasya book. So you should meditate in the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna. So in the stage of perfection, also there is one katha. Even in Prakrata Lila pastimes also. When Krishna went from Vrindavan to Mathura, Mathura to Dwarka, Dwarka, then Krishna came to Kurukshetra. In Kurukshetra, Krishna gave many instructions to the gopis. One instruction is there. Krishna told, Gopis, why you are suffering for me? So many yogis and great personalities, they are happy to meditate in my lotus feet. So Gopis, you should also meditate in me. Meditate in me. Then what did the gopis reply to Krishna? This instruction you should give to Brahma and demigods, not to us. Give this instruction for those who are intelligent. How is the conception of the gopis the highest conception? We don't even have material desires. We don't have any material attachments. Why are you telling us to meditate in your feet? Why? So in the commentary, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, gopis are in man. So Brahma came from the lotus in the navel of God, right? Narayan. But the lotus comes from the mud. So the lotus root comes from the mud. That's why. So Brahma's intelligence is also very low. So you should give the instruction to Brahma who doesn't have any intelligence. So Gopi is saying, we don't even have any material attachment. We don't even remember our own bodies. We don't have any material attachment. Those who are in Maya, okay, then you can give the instructions to them. Isn't it? But we don't even remember we are the body. They have smriti, we don't have. There's only one reason for our bondage in Maya. What? The Atma Buddhi. We think we're the body. It's not so easy to give up the bodily conception. I'm a man, I'm a woman. If I swear you, call your names, you become angry. Gurudeva, everything's yours. Then Gurudeva speaks something like swearing you, like calling you names, then you're like, oh, he's not a bona fide guru. How to find a bona fide guru? Bona fide guru is someone who glorifies me. You're so beautiful. What can I tell you? You're so amazing, everything you do. Oh, he's a bona fide guru. Oh. That guru who is always complimenting me. Oh, this is a good guru. But this actually is not a good guru. He's actually only cheating you. Cheating. The bona fide guru, he'll show your faults. Look, this is your fault. You are doing this wrong. It's not proper. Gurudeva told one story. There was a boy, when he was born, his mother passed away. So his auntie raised him. Why this is falling again and again? Why don't you put a tape? So this boy was raised by his auntie. Okay. His auntie had so much affection for this boy. Whatever the boy used to do, the auntie would never chastise him. Like he could do anything, and good things, bad things. She was always like, "Oh, very nice, very nice." She would never discipline him, never chastise him. So then the boy, like he was addicted or habited. He had the habit to do bad things. Like because if nobody chastises you or anything, you have the habit to do that thing, even if a bad thing. So like the boy started stealing in the school. And still his auntie never chastised him, even from stealing. Then he started to steal and do bad things, and auntie didn't do anything. Slowly this became like really his nature. He became like this. And when he grew up, he started to drink and more stealing and like doing bad things. Even he started like he killed someone, and then there was a crime. Then he was in the jail. He was arrested. So the judge gave him death penalty. He would be hanged because he did a very bad thing. Then his auntie came, but she was crying. Sorry, I think he was crying. Anyway, but the rules should be followed. What to do? So the judge said, "Okay, you'll be killed, like you'll be hanged. But tell what is your last desire." Judge told, when somebody is going to hanged, you can ask for a last desire. Of course, you cannot ask to not be hanged, but any other desire you can ask, like your last wish before dying. So the boy told, or the man told, "Look, my last, before being hanged, I want to meet my auntie." The man told the judge, "I want to meet my auntie." So the judge agreed and said, "Okay, call his auntie." So the young man told his auntie, "Auntie, I want to tell you something, in your ears." Then auntie came closer, so he beat the ear of his auntie. Like he beat her ear and said, you are to blame for me to now I'm being killed by the government, I'm being hanged, and actually this is all your fault. It's your fault because you never chastised me, you never gave me discipline while I was growing up. So I became like without any rules, I stopped following anything rules, and now I'm being chastised by the government. So of course the parents should give love and affection, but not only so much love and affection, like just like a cow is licking his calf and licking so much that even blood is coming from the calf because the cow is licking so much. Have you seen this? Sometimes the cow is licking the baby calf, so much licking. Okay, you have to give love, affection. I'm not saying to only beat your son, otherwise he'll become in depression. He'll have depression. But you have to give good intelligence, like you have to discipline your son also nicely. So until 5 years, until 5 years old, give love and affection. From 5 to 10, discipline your son. From 10 to 15, it's not in your hands. You have to speak to him as like a friend. Then after 18, whatever he wants to do, let him do. Even if he wants to kill himself or to die, what to do? So there is a shloka in the Niti Shastra explaining this, how to behave with your son, what to do. There's the rules in the scriptures. So this man told his auntie, why you never give me limits before? So you cannot let your son go wild, do anything. Because when your son goes away from you, you can never give him discipline or anything. Later on, you can never do anything after. So you have to do while you can. You give nice instructions and chastisement instructions. Oh, I was telling about the gopis. So Krishna told the gopis to meditate in him. Gopis said, why would we meditate in you? Actually, when we meditate in you, immediately our heart melts. You see, the mamata the gopis have is so deep. What is that sloka from Gopi Gita? Chala se jat brajat. Shilatrinam kurai, Shilatrinam kurai,
Shidadetinam Kalilatamanam Kantagachasi.
This is a verse from the Gopi Gita. Read Gopi Gita, I have in English. Gurudeva wrote the Gopi Gita very beautifully. I spoke a little bit more even. I elaborated a little bit. Have you read my Gopi Gita? Very beautiful. The commentaries of all the Goswamis is there. I put it. Gopis are saying, our mind is in a constant quarrel. In one part our mind is saying, oh, Krishna is not suffering. Another, our mind is saying, no, Krishna is suffering. So in the separation mode, sometimes this opulence mode comes. Then this opulence disappears. Very beautiful. So beautiful, the bhava. The Gopi said, you are teaching us to meditate in you? You're telling us to meditate? When we meditate in you, we immediately faint, because we see your beautiful Ratul Charan, your reddish lotus feet, so tender and soft. But you are running behind the cows, and your feet must be suffering so much. So just by thinking about the pain in your feet, we faint. We pass out just thinking about the pain you feel. Gopis have so much love and affection, so much mamata possessiveness because of their love towards Krishna. This mamata possessiveness is how you measure the love. Barometer, like how to measure the love, like how deep is the water. You can measure with this mamata. So the general definition of what is prema, what is love? When you have one-pointed mamata to Vishnu, this is prem. So this mamata possessiveness condenses more and more. This is prem. So you think he's mine, I am his. So as ahangata mamata comes identity and possessiveness, transcendental. Just like in this world, you have this possessiveness to your husband and your kids. Whatever you see in this world, in the spiritual world is the same. But in this world is material and there is spiritual. This is the only difference you have to understand. So in the Priti Sandarbha book, Srila Jiva Goswami Pad has described very beautifully all this. What is Priti? What is love? What is Prem? What is it? If you have love in your heart, this will manifest, at least understand the material love. You have first love for Guru Vaishnavas, then for Bhagavan. So you don't even have this for the Guru, or you have no Guru, so how to have this for God? And that's why I have to have this love and affection for the Guru Vaishnavas first. So definition of Prem is also given in the Priti Sandarbha. What is that verse? See this verse. A long time I didn't speak. For a long time I haven't spoken this verse. The people in this world, just like they have love and affection for each other, just offer this love to Krishna. First, Arupsida Bhakti, first just like imposing. Abhibek means a person without discrimination. Like Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, basically it's like the love you have for people in this world, this kind of love also you just offer to Krishna in the first place. Just like Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, the love I have for material things, I just want to transfer this love for Bhagavan. Isn't it? So the love you have for your kids, for example, this is natural in this world. If you don't have love for your daughter and family, how will you have this love for Guru if you don't even have the love for anyone in the first place? But the attachment is a bondage. Otherwise, no problem. Do you understand? If you don't understand, then listen again. Try to understand, otherwise you not understand properly. So for example, if you have no love for your husband, how will you have love for Guru and Vaishnava and Bhagavan? But there's one point, the attachment is an issue. You should not be attached. This is the thing. This is the point. So you gave birth to children, you'll give them up. So why did you get married? Why did you went to disgrace your life? But you got married, so you have to fulfill these duties with your family. So why did you get married in the first place? So before getting married, you have to think about it. After you get married, you have to follow all the rules and duties about it. Do you understand? You cannot give up so easily. If you're very renounced like Raghunatha Das Goswami, then it's another point. Do you understand? So before getting married, you should think about it, think it through. So you didn't think it through, and now what to do now? Okay.
There is no reason to repent if you have lost your point.
So you put the seeds and the birds ate all the seeds that you sowed in the fields. But if later the rain comes, nothing will be there for you, because the seeds you sowed already the birds ate everything. So even if the rain comes later, you cannot. It's nothing. So you have to follow the responsibilities, the rules, the duties according to what you agreed. Like if you got married, you have to follow all the rules accordingly. You have to feed your husband or not? Yes. You have to cook for him, make chapati for him. He's smiling, huh? He's happy. In this world, you have to follow the responsibilities. You have to follow the responsibilities. What is that verse in the Srimad Bhagavatam? You have to follow your duties and just tolerate the unhappiness and sufferings. What to do? What is that shloka from Bhagavatam? Just follow your family duties and what to do. But if your husband is against God, then you can give him up. Give up on him. Just like Prahlad gave up his father. If he is against God, criticizing Guru Vaishnavas, then it's another point. Like it's another story. Then it's another rule is there. Otherwise you have to follow all the rules for him. And you can worship God even in the family life. Serve. You are not Mirabai that gave up her husband. You are not like her. Are you Mirabai? Actually, her husband kicked her out actually. Oh, what are you doing in the house? Tell me, you were speaking to whom? Her husband asked. Oh, I was speaking with my Giridhari Lal. I don't know anyone else. Then the husband of Mirabai, like, anyway, she left for Vrindavan later. So you're not Mirabai. So you must follow all the rules. Follow the rules of your family life and also serve Guru Vaishnavas. You have no benefit by breaking rules and not following the rules. Some people tell me, oh, this is your teaching. This is not my teaching. My teaching is not to follow a life without rules and without like the limitation of the rules and society. No, you have to follow. You take care of your kids. You have to take care of your own kids. He's laughing. I know everything. Don't laugh, don't laugh. Be very careful. So this sloka is saying that we are walking in the razor blade. You know razor blade? Really sharp. Any mistake, you can just slip and you'll be cut because we're walking the razor blade. So it's really hard. Durgam means very hard to walk in this path. If you little bit slip, you fall from the top of mountain, you fall down. Okay, stay in your family, okay. Without attachment, stay in your family. This is the only point. Without attachment. Don't need to give up the family. I'm not saying to give up the family. Where you go if you give up your family? Where will you go? This first question. Where will you go to? You think you're gonna attain God just by giving up your family? So this is the teaching. Do Bhagavath bhajan and serve him. One-pointedly serve God. To have to stay in the family and have a balance. Where will you go? Tell me. There's no other way to go. Especially, look, for women, there's so many obstacles. Like, isn't it? For women. In our scriptures, women are not giving this independence in Shastras. Scriptures, women are not giving independence to. And this is why it's a problem in the society. I'm not saying that men should like completely control women and like suppress women. I'm not saying this. If you don't understand, ask questions. Otherwise you'll understand opposite and it's not good. You clear up whatever you don't understand, clear. Ask questions so clear up. So you have to follow the rules of society, all these society rules, and then it will be okay. Do you understand or not? Ask him. Ask him. Ask him? Isn't it? Why did you get married? Useless, huh? Now you got married, so you have to follow. This good or not? You tell me. Follow all the rules. Honor Guru Vaishnavas and serve. Don't try to run away, huh? Don't try to run away. Do you understand? Where will you run away to? Very beautiful. So slowly you have to develop your life. Do you understand? Shastra is describing this.
Radha Krishna padam mujo dhyan Dham.
So the gopis are telling about this, like, okay, gopis are telling about this meditating Krishna, but this siddha vasta katha, this is for the perfected stage. I told gopis are telling Krishna, Krishna, why did you tell us to meditate in you? When we remember your lotus feet, immediately our heart melts. So beautiful mood of the gopis. Sorry, so this is for the siddha sthiti, means perfected stage. This is not for a sadhaka. Some examples are for sadhakas, some examples are for siddhi, like those who are in perfect stage. The gopis told this, so I'll also do this. No. So one thing is to imitate anukaran, another thing is anusaran, to follow under instructions, under guidance. So you have to follow the instruction of Guru, that's it. Period. This is beneficial for us. Do you understand? Otherwise, how possible? And the gopis? Actually, all the gopis are manifestation of Srimati Radhika's body. Are you a gopi? Are you a gopi? You are a gopi. You are not a gopi, you are gopi. Cow? Cow? Gopi means cow? Gopi matlab? Cow? No.
Not gopi.
Okay, gopi means not a gopi. You were not a gopi. So we have to follow sadhana. Even if you have bhava, still you behave like a sadhaka externally. Our Goswamis also, they are perfected souls. But just to teach the jivas, they are doing the sadhaka rupena siddha rupena, like behaving like sadhaka, following all the rules, chanting fixed rounds, sleeping very little, serving a lot, always glorifying pastimes and writing books. So in the form of the sadhaka, they are doing the Sankhya Purvaka Nama Gana Natibi. And in the Siddharupa, they are serving Radha Krishna in their mind, in Vrindavan. This is a very high class stage, Siddharupa. Anyway, time is up. Radha Krishna Prem Kali Karuna Rasayan. So beautiful, I don't want to stop. I just want to continue reading and speaking and hearing. I don't know if you also want to continue, but so beautiful. The best residing place for the jivas is Vrindavan. Where will you stay if it's not in Vrindavan? Do you understand? Well, if you cannot stay in Vrindavan with your gross body, then you should with your mind. Certainly, you should stay in Vrindavan with your mind. You stay in Delhi, but you can stay in Vrindavan actually. With your mind, you can remember Vrindavan. Some people stay in Vrindavan, but they are thinking about Delhi. So actually the person is not staying in Vrindavan. This is the conception of our Guriya. This is the conception. Are you staying in Vrindavan or not? Yes, because you're hearing about Vrindavan's glories. You're remembering Vrindavan. Always thinking, oh, when will I go to Vrindavan? Those who stay in Vrindavan, they are so fortunate. Oh, fie on me, fie on me. But those who stay in Vrindavan, they are thinking about other place. When will I go to Delhi? When will I go to Delhi? People do this, yes. Then they go from Delhi, they go to Vrindavan. They just go to see Banki Bihari, then they drink lassi and like, okay, I saw Vrindavan, that's it. Drank lassi and saw Banki Bihari. I spent 500 rupees. Okay, where did you go in Vrindavan? I went for Vrindavan Darshan. I went. Tourism in Vrindavan. Okay, what did you see in Vrindavan? Oh, I saw Banki Bihari. Maharaj was so nice. I took that lassi, delicious lassi in Vrindavan. So you have to go with the premik devotees to Vrindavan. You have to hear Vrindavana Katha. I remember the time there was no Rup Sanatan in Vrindavan. We were in Mathura with Gurudeva. Gurudeva mercifully would bring us to Vrindavan sometimes. He used to show us some places of parikrama. Nidhuvan, Nikunjavan. Gurudeva used to show us. Speaking Harikatha also. Gurudeva. That's it. So one thing is eyes exercise. You're looking at everything. Oh, I saw so many things. What did you see? I saw everything. Don't look with your eyes. Look with your ears. This is true. I remember when you used to go with Gurudeva doing the Brajamandala Parikrama. You know the tractors? We used to go by tractor. Do you understand? We didn't bring any food with us. Water, nothing. We used to just go to the house of the Vrajavasis. So after Mangalarti, very early, we used to go to Kamyavan and many places. That other place also, in Kamyavan. So I don't like the parikrama nowadays. I don't even want to go. Why? There's no katha in the parikrama nowadays. Nobody to hear, nobody to speak to. Only, okay, go, 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 go. That's it. Go to 2-4 places, oh, that's it. Oh. I don't like it nowadays. So in Kartika, I would prefer to stay in one place and just remembering the katha. That thing that we did with Gurudev in the past. Whatever I took in the past, like whatever I got in the past from Gurudev, I just want to remember. I'm telling the truth. This is really my desire. I don't have desire for going to the parikrama. Like this, like how is it nowadays? Because nobody's speaking katha, nobody's hearing Hari Katha. This is true or not? This is running. Just exercising, legs exercise. Just legs exercise and eyes exercise. That's it. Is anything else going on? Only these exercises. You tell me. Something else is there. But at that time when you used to go with Gurudeva in the beginning, so beautiful, all these places. We were going to sit in the tractor, going in the jungle. Forest of thorny bushes and thorny trees. So Gurudev used to give Hari Katha to us. So remembering all these things that Gurudev used to tell us when he used to go like this with him. We would go to the house of the Vrajavasis and they would give us some food also. Roti, chapati and butter. Aha, so delicious. These also pickles. Consa pickles? Lemon pickle. So many places we don't even go nowadays. Those places that you used to go with Gurudeva at the time, we're not going to those places anymore. Many people, 8-10 people, go here, go there. English, Hindi, Bengali, this, that. Then it's like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, everybody's tired. This is true or not? I'm telling what is in my heart, I'm telling you. So the happiness we felt at that time, the happiness in the katha, today we don't have it anymore. So sweet, all those places. You can see the photo. Gurudeva used to sit under the tamal tree, just like a normal person. There's no asana, nothing. Have you seen? There are some photos taken at that time. So that time, I'm talking about that time. So the best place of residence is Vrindavan, where these pastimes are going on.
केवल क्या बोलते हैं लिखिए
ले जाओ छोटी गाड़ी में ले जाओ फिर बड़ा आना